Welcome to the Tastahel demonstration on employee recognition, the recognition platform that is designed to engage and motivate your employees. In this video, we're going to show you the differences between an end user, which was shown in the previous video, and a manager or supervisor. Managers or supervisors tend to have a number of functions that end users don't have. So I've logged on as Adam Keenan, as you can see here, and Adam is a participant in the program, so he has all of the information available to him that an end user would have. So he can see his personal information here, his goal, and so on. He can view the recognition wall, he can look at the photo wall, he can see the awards that he has given, and he can see his recognitions, but he has a number of functions that an end user doesn't have. The first is, if we click on Recognize Someone, there are a number of features that a manager or supervisor can have, and these can be set up for all managers or for specific managers. The first difference between a manager or an end user is, with an end user, they can only award recognitions to individuals. They may recognize 2 or 3 at a time, but they would have to type them in individually. Whereas a manager would be able to recognize colleagues that are within a department or a location. For example, here, you can see I've set up a region called Dubai. If I gave this recognition, it would mean anybody that was in the Dubai region within my user fields that I've set up would receive the recognition I'm about to give. Another difference for managers is that they have not only the peer recognition that everybody would see, but they might also have specific recognitions that only they can give or only all managers can give. So, for example, teamwork would be appropriate for this one. It could be a referral for a new staff hire, which only the HR manager might be able to give. You could set up an innovation award that only the finance manager might be able to give, and so on. So those can be set up specifically for individual managers or groups of managers. This manager also has the capability of sending recognitions out pre-approved or pending. An example of where a recognition might be sent out pending is if you give referral recruitment recognitions. It could be that you give recognition to the person who referred the new hire on the day that they join the company, but you might also give additional points to that person once the new hire has gone through a probationary period. Let's say that was 3 months, in which case you would send out a pending recognition and you would set a reminder for 3 months' time to remind you that this recognition is ready for approval, and the system would send an email to Adam to say these points are ready for approval, would you like to approve them now? We also have the option for managers to be able to recognize on behalf of other people. This could be people who are not able to get to the system, or it could be, for example, things like customer feedback or guest feedback if you're in a hotel. This is a great way of recognizing colleagues who are receiving external recognition for their behaviors. Some users may be set up so that they can recognize everyone. We suggest that this is only given to very senior people in the organization, so maybe the CEO and the HR director, because if you tick this box, then you don't have to fill anything in who are you recognizing, because the recognition will go to the whole of the organization. So clearly, if this is points-based, you need to restrict who is allowed to give that recognition. These are all features that are set up for you as the program is being personalized for your program and your company. Looking at some of the other features that Adam has that Nico or an end user didn't have, first of all, you can see here that Adam has a number of additional buttons that he can press, so he can see pending recognitions. These are recognitions that have been given by people but require approval, in this case by him. So recognitions can go to assigned managers, so they will approve them. If they approve them, they tick here. The information would then go to Aaron, in this case, that he had been recognised by Karen for positive feedback. If the award was rejected, then I would have to give the reason for the rejection and submit that, and that information would go back to the person who awarded the recognition. It could be something as simple as, please give me more information. Managers can also receive pending purchase notifications. These are purchases from the internal catalogue. And again, managers receive email notifications to say, these are available for you to approve. Would you like to approve them now? If they don't approve them that day, then you can set reminder notifications to come daily, every 2 or 3 days, every week, or so on. But we recommend that you keep the reminders with a fairly short time span, because if somebody is purchasing something or has received a recognition, then it's important to make sure that that recognition is approved as soon as possible to maximize the impact. Managers also have access to 11 different reports and can see 6 different charts. So here you can see weekly recognitions by region or department. There aren't any at the moment. Weekly recognitions by manager. This is real time, and if you clicked on this particular chart, then you could expand it and it would show the Tastahel region is by far and away the leading region. Adam Keenan and Karen Story are obviously individuals, but they could be departments, and is showing how many recognitions they've been given. And if you hover over each of the pillars, you will see the recognitions that have been given in that particular region. Going back to the reports, there are other charts that can be seen here for top criteria, top earners, top awarders, and managers also have their own access to the recognition wall where they can look at the history of recognitions. This is particularly useful if a manager is running an appraisal. They can look at the recognitions for the individual that they're appraising and see everything that this user has done within the program. Going back to the reports, we have points reports where managers could look at recognitions given against individuals, against departments or locations. They can set date ranges. They can show all recognitions awarded or only approved or pending or rejected recognitions. And they could show active and deactivated participants. And when they have filtered on these, it will give a chart which shows awarded items in blue, approved in green, pending in yellow, and rejected in red, and the corresponding chart of information below that. All of the reports are available to move into a CSV file if you want to further manipulate the data, and to produce a PDF document if you want to take it to a management meeting. The recognitions history shows all of the recognitions that have ever been given. The criteria report shows all of the awards given against particular behaviours, so you can see which behaviours are being recognised most often and see whether there are some that are either not applicable or need to be updated or enhanced. The redemption report shows the rewards that have been purchased, and again gives you the opportunity to update your catalogue if you need to do so. The 2 reports in the middle are really financial. The return on investment report, ROI report, is one where if you're able to put a dirham value against a behavior, then you will see the contribution of the program to your bottom line. A good example here would be a recruitment referral. If you have saved a recruitment fee, then given recognition for somebody referring, then you can give the net amount in the ROI report to show you the positive impact on your bottom line. The financial report will show the points by department that have been allocated and are outstanding. The participant report and manager report will show information on participants, or in this case, managers, and will highlight their role, the recognitions that they've given, their current budget if they have one, recognitions awarded in the budget, recognitions rejected, and their balance. Here you can see there aren't any budget items set, but all of these can be set in the background. And we also have social recognition reports. These are ideal for organizations that want to recognize their values and maybe have employee of the month or employee of the quarter. Let's say these happen to be your 3 corporate values. I want to see how all my staff are doing. So I'm going to leave this blank. I'm going to set year to date, and I'm going to generate the report because we're coming up to the end of a quarter and I want to determine clearly who is the best person to give the award to. And taking this chart into account, you can see that Isabel is clearly the winner in terms of the number of recognitions that she has been given within the quarter, because she's had 6, but the next person has had 5. Now, it could be that Isabel will not be given the employee of the month or employee of the quarter recognition because she might have done something. For example, she might have turned up late for work a couple of times and received a written warning for that, in which case you would say she's not going to receive it, we're going to give that to Tom. But this gives you very clear, transparent and consistent information on employees and how they're tracking against the behaviours that you want to promote within your business. Going back to the home page, we have shown in the past how users can receive messages. In this case, managers can create messages. So if I wanted to create a message for my department, I could log on here. I would set the subject. I would put who I wanted to send this to, and I could put an attachment here, which could be a document, a file of some kind, or I could include a video link that might be a training video or a promotional video for the company. This ends the presentation for managers, and hopefully you can see there are some exciting features here. If you require further information, please contact Karen at the Story Group.